Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. Today we're going to tear down a Pro Elec LED driver. This is pretty standard from CPC and they seem to fail all the time. And I've just sort of thought I'd pop the lid and just have a bloody look at what's inside because I've no idea why they should fail so often. They're really annoying. If you've got these at your home, sometimes they're poked up through a hole in your ceiling or just somewhere where you can't get to. So I'm going to just hook this up to the mains, and you have neutral at the top, live at the bottom, apparently, to see just what's going on. I'm not sure even I know what I'm looking at here, to be fair, but I feel that with enough poking around, at least we can see where the power stops. It's going to be going from this side to this side. There's a standard transformer, and you can see that's probably an optocoupler, and there's the two parts of the circuit, and that'll be the output. So we've got input and output. So if anything, we should be able to measure something. But first, I'm going to just do a sanity check and hook it up and just measure the standard 12 volt output to see what's going on. I mean, it's supposed to be able to drive 1.25 amps, and it was on a single lamp for about like 3 months. So I'd love to know what killed it. Now, just to be extra careful, I've got this massive loop of mains wire. I'm going to lash it to something on the desk. The last thing I want is it to fall off the desk and pull this into my lap, because I'm going to be doing all sorts of Right, here it goes. 3, 2, 1. Well, it didn't blow up in my face. That's a good sign. Let's take the old voltmeter, switch it to AC voltage, and have a little probe. Let's see. We've got mains. That's good. So at least the fuse is working. DC mode. Nada. Nothing on the DC. I'm going to probe these two leads that are coming off the transformer. I bet in £1,000,000 it's just the transformer windings. He's just probing around as if he knows what he's doing. It's interesting, actually. I was seeing a 4. Is that really a 4.39 volts? If you look at the scope, the multimeter, it does seem to freak out every now and then. Curious. So I'm going to try turning this over. I think I've unplugged the right thing. Bloody hell, have I hope I've unplugged the right thing. Oh, you've got some gubbins there. There are opportunities for things to go wrong when you've got gubbins. That's exactly the thing I didn't want it to do as well, is to actually flip and jump and just generally make an arse of itself. So get something on there. Right, so we're safe now. And it flips over instantly. It's live. It's hot. Live from the back office. It's Saturday night. Saturday night at the movies. It's fizzing. It is fizzing. Right. Let's do this again. We're going to put it on volts. We're going to put it on AC. And we're going to probe our transformer, which looks like it's going to be here to here. Or is it here to here? Or is it here to here? I think there's basically primary and secondary winding and some feedback coils, so I kind of feel we should be seeing something mains-ish. So if we start tracing the circuitry, I mean, if we leave our probe on the neutral and just start touching things we think might be live. So this is live. That's still live. That's all live. That's live but half the potential. That's kind of a weird looking thing there. Again, something similar. I suspect it's this thing, this MB10F. So let's see what MB10F is. Is it some sort of... Can't be a rectifier. Does that make sense? Although maybe it is doing a bit of mini... hang on. Could it be doing a bit of mini rectification for some of these other just circuits on this side? Let's look up MB10F. So it's a rectifier. It's a rectifier. 1000 volts. Well, that's a lot of volts, isn't it? So we should have a rectified output, so we can go back into DC and check the rectified output here. Okay. Go back to AZ, check that we haven't blown the fuse. No, we haven't. Go back to DC and more carefully check the rectified output. I'm seeing a steady 324 volts. So it probably isn't that. That's probably good. Right. Whew. Made myself jump a little bit there. But not as much as I thought. The old reflexes aren't what they once were. But look at this thing going on the meter. I mean, that's crazy beans. It's just, I'm not sure what's going on there. I have to start tracing the circuitry here. But as far as I, am aware, you really expect an AC on a transformer somewhere, and it does not look to me like we're seeing that. I've been studying this. So you have this rectifier here. So what's happening is the power's coming in, it's going into this rectifier on these two legs, and then you have an output here. This pin of the rectifier is then sending power here to this winding of the transformer, and then the other side of that rectified signal is coming through here. So what I think this is doing, I don't know if it's a full wave rectifier, I'd have to check that again, we can check on the output. It was very steady, I think it is. What you've got here effectively, looking at it, between this MOSFET, yeah, and this power controller IC, this little 6-pin thing, and I can read you the number off if you want to play along at home. It's a 73G11 small a. What they're doing, I think they're basically switching. So remember we had that 300 volts. They're artificially, I think, switching, creating an AC signal, I think, effectively. That's my gut feeling on it. On these two windings, and then there's some sense windings I think here which are giving feedback to this little chip that's controlling that. So I think it's adjusting the voltage output based on demand. That's my gut feeling. I think it's a sensitive thing. I think it's clever. That's the best I can give you. Pretty sure it's clever because it's also monitoring something on the output here using this opto isolator, and that's feeding back something also into that. But when I was probing around just to sort of get a grip on it all, have a look. You've got the primary, okay, and you've got the sense. Ooh, very good. You've got the sense on the secondary. Sorry, I guess that's the secondary actually. I don't know. I'll have to check that again. Yeah, they're kind of, I suspect that's the secondary. And then you've got the sense portion. Not getting anything off that though. I don't know if they're just raw posts. But it does look though like that is kind of hooked up. So this transformer thing seems good. I suspect if you put a valid signal in here, you could, we could experiment really by running a wire across just from these two, removing that, and you could actually just run a wire to here and see what comes on the output. So I suspect there could be some malarkey in here. Live circuit, beware. So if we look between this point and other points on the circuit, we should be able to spot interesting things if there are any to be spotted. There we go, 300 volts as expected, or 330, whatever. I kind of expect the same on this side. Yes, we are. So you can see this is that switching MOSFET here, these three legs here. Yep. The output, nothing. And then the, is it the gate? I'll have to check this. What's the base? The base emitter collector. But look, then you've got the 300 volts coming on here. I'm not seeing anything in terms of a kind of an AC type frequency, but you can see although it's an electronic circuit, it is all at quite high potential, so you would have to be careful. It's So that's, I guess I would suspect, if anything, it's got to be that boy there. So what I did is I went on eBay and had a look, but there's only like one manufacturer of that part, or at least one vendor on in China on Alibaba, and the page wasn't listed properly. So I guess it's pretty much scuppered. But it would be nice to figure out what that IC really does, because I think that holds the secret to everything. Nothing else looks dead. So let's put this in the box. You know, we'll put this in the box. I won't bin it because I know a lot of you guys are way more experienced in the, you know, this kind of power electronics than I am, which is zero. And I don't want to chuck this away because I think you guys might have something to say on the matter, and we might be able to probe deeper into the subject. Hey, yes. So yeah, let me know down below or on Discord. And if you want to see the conclusion of this some point in the near future, maybe put that bell icon on so it'll ping. And then we'll discover those secrets on this ProElec model LA05703 unit. As ever, thanks for watching.